Howdy there, pipe pals and gals. How are you all doing? Holy Smokin' Pipe Padre. And today, we're going to be making tobacco cheesecake right after this. Well, actually, no, we're not really going to be making tobacco cheesecake. That's just a little bit of a tip of the old hat there, a little salute to Herminator for his wonderful recent video on tobacco ice cream. 3 cheers for you, Herman. Way to go, buddy. Well, this video, by the way, I'm using my Herminator tamper, and I'm smoking my beautiful Prebin Home Ben Wade, which I absolutely love. Love the grain on that. Look at that grain. Isn't that a beautiful grain? And in this Prebin Home, I'm smoking the only pipe tobacco that I've been smoking in this pipe since I bought it, and that is W.O. Larson Signature Blend. Okay? Again, kind of taking a little bit of a recommendation from someone like one of our august pipe presenters, Bruno, and recognizing that if you really want to get to know the qualities of your pipe and the qualities of a really great tobacco, you gotta have a marriage between the two. No infidelity, let's just say it that way. Okay, so don't be cramming something else in there and then expecting you to really enjoy and to pick up the flavors of a certain tobacco, or any tobacco for that matter. If you stay true, you will begin to reap the rewards of the unique flavors that come from special tobaccos. Well, I've been away for a while. Did you guys miss me? I'm back. Anyway, I'm on vacation. I've been on vacation for a little over a week now, and I have about 4 or 5 days left, and then I got to go back. I got to go back. Oh, I don't want to. Isn't that the thing about vacation? You know, how time gets away from us so quickly. When I'm here in Green Valley, I don't know if you can see that or not, in the vineyard. That's the vineyard there. Let me get out of the way there. Ta-da! The vineyard. Okay? In Green Valley. Okay? So hopefully you like the background there. I am using my iPad, my new iPad, not the iPad 3, but the new iPad. And just really enjoying this beautiful pipe. Okay? So I'm on vacation, and it led me to think about a topic that when you take time out for your vacation, what kind of pipes and pipe tobacco do you like to bring with you? How many pipes do you bring with you? Well, I just thought I'd just quickly share my vacation pipes with you. Okay? So I brought this beautiful Danish freehand, this Prebin Home, which I bought at the beginning of the new year. Again, I think that's just an absolutely gorgeous pipe. I affectionately call this my Arlena pipe because it just is a beautiful pipe. Flame red grain, just beautiful. But I also, and then I'm smoking basically an aromatic in this pipe here, an aromatic, okay? And then I also brought with me my latest acquisition from the Briar Patch. Many of you probably will remember this one. It's a white spotted Dunhill, and it's the squat or Rhodesian or squashed tomato, as I like to call it. I really love this pipe. And in this pipe, I've been smoking, look at the red, beautiful, subtle red undercoat in that, you know. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I just still think it's a beautiful pipe. I know it's some of you don't care for the shape and you think it's kind of one of those weird, ugly shapes, but somehow it's handsome in its ugliness. Okay. And in this squat Rhodesian, I have been smoking exclusively for the last 2 weeks Squadron Leader. Right, Squadron Leader. Angel 6. Okay. So that is a pipe that I basically am exclusively smoking an English blend. And then finally, I've only brought 3 pipes with me for the last 2 weeks, for my 2-week vacation. And my other favorite, beautiful little favorite pipe, this other Dunhill, my cherry wood. I just love this cherry wood. Look at I love the sandblast finish on that. It's a beautiful pipe. She's a good girl. We're ruling the world together. They're meant for smoking, not resting. That was my Jay impersonation, by the way. So anyway, I just thought of something crazy. Make and change, Mark, if you're out there. You know, I know you're a ventriloquist and a puppet master. I used to make puppets, believe it or not, in college. Had I not gone into the seminary, I actually was thinking about becoming a puppeteer and doing birthday parties for kids, and I have a company called Puppets Unlimited, because I just had this knack for creating puppets. And my teacher really encouraged me, says, you know, you have a gift for this. And at the time, I didn't think much of it, because I'm thinking, I don't want to be known as the puppet master. But hey, you know, but Mark, you know, I just started thinking, if you started making little puppets of some of us presenters, I'm giving you an idea here for free, okay? Take it or toss it. But we could have it like you doing a J puppet, or a Dunhill Man UK puppet, or heck, even a Father Holy Smoking Pipe Padre puppet. Ooh. I mean, it's something to think about. I mean, wouldn't that be a hoot? Maybe I shouldn't tell you that, Mark, because you might do something with that. Ooh, a scary thought. Anyway, so we'd have a little cavalcade of pipe presenter puppets. Pipe presenter puppets. Isn't that fascinating? I'm almost thinking about making a couple of my favorite presenters and making them into puppets and doing that. But I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do that. No. Just like I'm not going to make a tobacco cheesecake tonight. No, I'm not going to do it tonight. Wow. That is good. You know, and here's the thing I want to say, is when you follow the simple rule of 1 pipe per tobacco. Now, that doesn't mean it has to be completely monogamous forever and ever. There can be a divorce or a separation. Oh, gosh, I'm sounding like I'm saying something sacrilegious here. But again, to truly appreciate, to truly discover in the first place the unique characteristics of a tobacco, there really do have to be, there has to be some time spent with the tobacco in a particular pipe. And that's just, I think we all are in agreement of that. Hear, hear? Hear, hear. So, I'm telling you that when I first smoked in this pipe here, W.O. Larson for the very first time, I found it to be extremely harsh. Talk about tongue bite. Angel's breath tasted like dragon fire, you know. But now, it's delicious. It's very, very flavorful. But I would never have discovered that had I not had the patience to, again, just keep 1 tobacco per pipe. And it's wonderful. It's yielding a lot of results. So if you're like me, or used to be like me, and you just, pick up your pipe and stick it in there with anything. A lot of us, we watch our other video brothers and sisters, and, they might pull out a tin of something that looks really exotic. Ooh, I want to try that. Ooh, I'm going to go down to the Briar Patch or order something online and start smoking it. So, but I'm trying now not to do that. And I have plenty of pipes. If I really do want to try a new tobacco, I can do that. It's not going to be the end of the world. So I brought some Squadron Leader for the Squat Rhodesian, and you know what? I have been smoking nothing but Squadron Leader in that. And again, when I first tried Squadron Leader, I was so disappointed. Now, there are some tobaccos I don't know what it is. They come across for the first smoke as really, really good. Blue Mountain for me was that way. I tried it in one of the Dunhills at the store. They gave me some at the store. I had been doing my fasting, and just it was just the right time. I was ready for that tobacco. I had just bought this new Dunhill Restored Estate Bulldog, and it just worked. Okay, bing, worked great. So there you have it. And then finally, another one of my other favorite pipes is my little. I've already showed you this, my cherry wood. And my cherry wood, I've smoked exclusively for the last, probably the last 2 months. Now, when I first started smoking this, I smoked 2 blends, and I they went back and forth. And I think they're similar to some extent, so there wasn't a lot of ghosting that was unpleasant. And the pipe tobacco, though I have been exclusively smoking in my Dunhill cherry wood, is this. It's called Black Velvet. And it is a aromatic, heavily cased. And Black Velvet is a very, I guess it's whiskey-based flavored additive, casing, whatever. But it is extremely good. And then this little pipe here is wonderful. I usually have been, in the last couple months, when life has gotten, shall we say, complicated, difficult, painful even, I treat myself, or whatever, and I do my therapy, and that is I take a ride along the river and listen to beautiful classical music and spend some time with this little guy here. This is like my buddy. This is my champion, my little travel companion. So those are the 3 pipes I brought with me. Now, what kind of pipes do you bring with you when you go on vacation? You know, do you bring a full complement of 7 for 1 for each day? There's nothing wrong with that, just that traveling with that many pipes for me is kind of a pain in the gluteus maximus. And I'm finding that the 3 I have brought are serving me quite well. Man, W.O. Larson, boy, this is the second bowl I've had of it today, and it's even better than it was. I mean, it gets better and better. That's all I'm going to say. It gets better and better. You know, time is the great healer, they say, in many regards. Usually when we go through a loss, we go through disappointments. Time and silence seem to be the best healing agents that we can employ in such times. So anyway, and a pipe. And it's an interesting, pipes are wonderful. Now, I want to share with you a real embarrassing tobacco story. Talking about different types of tobacco and aromatics and things like that. When I first started smoking a pipe, I started smoking a pipe in the Marine Corps. And but I also, because I have a sweet tooth, I really like chewing tobacco. And beech nut, those of you who are know about chewing tobacco here in America, or maybe even across the world, very, very sweet chewing tobacco. So I remember it was late in the afternoon. I was going through combat engineer school in the Marine Corps, Courthouse Bay, Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. And we were having classes, and so we'd have these periodic breaks. And so, I pulled out my pouch of beech nut and put in a little chaw there. And everybody else is smoking and talking, and I'm, chewing my beech nut, and I'm having a really good time. Well, all of a sudden, the instructor says, "Hey, we're going to be cutting the break short. We want to finish the class so we can go for a run." Hoorah, hoorah, hoorah. So all of a sudden, everybody's starting to tamp their cigarettes out and smash them. They're going to field strip them. That's what they used to in the Marine Corps. And I just basically put this, chaw of tobacco in my mouth, and I was enjoying it. And I decided, well, I don't want to spit it out. That'd be wasteful. I'll swallow it. Well, those of you who know, Pilgrim, you don't do that. You do it once, and that's all you do. It's like, oh, I was sick as a dog. I was pretty embarrassed because everybody was getting ready to go for a run, and I had my head between and the guy goes, "What's wrong with you there, Marine?" And finally I said, "Sir, I was chewing some tobacco and I swallowed it." And he goes, "You won't do that again, will you, son?" And I go, "No, sir." And he goes, "Yeah, you sit this one out. You're going to get pretty sick." And I did. I threw up my cookies, and that was the end of that. A little aversion therapy there. So anyway, my embarrassing tobacco story. So anyway, if you have, you want to send me a video, tell me your vacation pipes or maybe your worst, tobacco nightmare or embarrassing stories, go ahead and send me one. I take time to enjoy watching them. So there you go. Okay. Well, there's one other thing I want to kind of talk to you about: time. Time. It takes time to really appreciate a good pipe and good packed pipe tobacco. Last month or so, actually a month and a half ago, a priest friend of mine who now lives in my old quarters at the rectory I used to be at in Sacramento, at St. Charles, said, "Hey," called me up and says, "Hey, I got a box of yours." And he goes, "It's some memorabilia, and I think you probably want it." We almost threw it out. I don't want to throw it out. I think it's got some really personal stuff there, and I want you to come and pick it up. And I said, "Okay." So I did, and this stuff goes back, well, some of it goes back 25, 27, almost 30 years ago, stuff, memorabilia. Actually, it goes all the way back. I'm not going to show you some of these pictures because they're a little too personal. But, there was a picture of my mom, really beautiful picture of my mommy. And then there was a baby picture of me, little cherubic me. And then I found some interesting memorabilia that I will share with you right now. Hold on a second. Take a look at the vineyard while I go get this stuff here. Be right back. It's right over here. And the first one that I want to share with you, because you're right there. Right there. That's where the camera is. Did you see the smoke coming out of there? Look at the smoke coming out of there. Okay. Was a picture of my first group of, when I was a school teacher. Before I entered the seminary, for 2 years, right after college, I was a school teacher, and here's a picture of my little kiddos. My very first class. Aren't they cute? Little fourth graders. Of course, I was the meanest fourth grade teacher in the whole wide world. I made my kids write their spelling words 20 times each. Anyway, so my very first class of kiddos, children that I taught, they were probably all, in various stages of therapy now for the rest of their life. Okay. Then the other thing, this I thought was kind of cute. A picture of my desk as a teacher. Yep, there I was, my desk. This, in the background here, this picture right back there, see that one there? That was a drawing I did in college, and I tried to teach the kids a lot about music and art, and sometimes I'd even give them my own example of what bad art is. Anyway, my picture of a school desk, and it looks like it needs a little bit of cleanup there. It was during, obviously, Halloween, and I had some cobwebs. I kind of got into the spirit of the thing. Let's see. And then, temp time. Got a haircut. I think I got that haircut right there, just, earlier today. And then, I got this. It is a little ordination memento of when I got ordained 20 years ago, June 6th. Coming right up. And my ordination scripture phrase was this one here from Micah 6:8. And as I look back almost on 20 years of being a priest, being a padre, I think that phrase, which I'll just read for those of you who are visually impaired like I am. This is what the Lord requires of you: to act justly, to love steadfastly, to walk humbly with your God. Hope that's coming out. So in a couple of days here, I'll be celebrating 20 years of being a Padre, and I will spare you any further reflections upon that auspicious date. But, and then finally, I want to share with you something extra special. As many of you know, if you watch my videos, from time to time I talk to you a little bit about my love of music. And sometimes I ask myself, well, where did that music, that appreciation for classical music come from? Where did that come from? And my older brother, who since has died, he was almost 20 years my senior. And so when I was a baby, he played for me Strauss waltz records when he would come home and visit. And my friend Steve, who also is a former pipe smoker. In fact, I have some of his wonderful pipes. I think I have a couple of his Ben Wade pipes that he used to have, and got to get those restored. They were really nice pipes. But anyway, he took all of the vinyl, my collection, his, and some other people's, and over the last 3 years, he has been digitizing the collection. And so he said, you know, you might want to come by and check the collection for any records you might want to keep, because I'm going to sell them. I'm going to resell them. And I knew, or at least I had remembered, that I thought the very first record that was ever played for me as a baby, as a little boy, in a bassinet, might be in that collection. So the other day, we were over there, and lo and behold, that famous Broadway musical team, look what we found. This was the very first record that I ever heard played when I was a child. Andrei Kostelanet's Strauss waltzes. So I'm really, really grateful to have this record back in my collection, or in my possession again. Again, this is the very first record I ever heard played as a child. But wait, there's more. I was reading, and one of the things I miss, you know, when you download something from iTunes or any other download service, you don't get the other goodies that came with records. You know, records had wonderful notes on them. Even CDs had notes and pictures and all sorts of cool stuff. But this, I was reading this, and at the very bottom, I thought this was great. I'll have to read it to you. I have my glasses on now, so I can actually do it better. But this is what it says. It says, this Columbia high-fidelity recording is scientifically designed to play with the highest quality of reproduction on the phonograph of your choice, new or old. If you are the owner of a new stereophonic system, I love that, new owner of a stereophonic system, this record will play with even more brilliant, true-to-life fidelity. In short, you can purchase this record with no fear of its becoming obsolete in the future. Let me read that again. In short, you can purchase this record with no fear of its becoming obsolete in the future. Fascinating, isn't it? Now, many of us would say things like good music, some might even say wine, and even pipe smoking kind of withstand the test of time. So, as I share these thoughts and feelings with you tonight, you know, I do so as I light a pipe and share that with you. So again, thanks for watching. And again, you know, if you want to light up your world, you can always light up your pipe. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.